Thank you. Chris, Mary Ann, hello, hello. There we go. Hey, Chris, can you hear me at home? Yep. Awesome. Thanks for joining in. It's so good to see you. Hello, hello, everybody. In case we haven't met before, I'm Ruby Lou, and I'm super excited to see you here today. I'm excited to get flowing with you. Let's get moving. So before we get started, I have one super important thing to tell you about, and that is we have an adaptation workshop coming up. So adaptation is actually one of our 300-hour teacher training courses. Now, this isn't a 300-hour teacher training course. This is actually just a two-hour workshop that's coming up here in the next few days in this studio. It's led by Debbie Dower, who you already know from classes here in the studio, and also her husband, Nick Dower. So adaptation is all about stretching. It's about the lines of fascia in your body and creating one stretch point to another. This class is really an incredible way to learn how to both stretch and also get upside down, move a little bit more, and things like that. All of the information can be found online on our website. Let's get going in child's pose. Take your knees out wide, toes together, fingertips up to the head of the mat. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Inhale. Sigh it out on the exhale. One more time, breathe in. This time, close your mouth, sigh out through your nose. So from here, we're gonna work into our Ujjayi breath. And it's loosely called a fire breath. And it comes from that sighing sort of feeling when you do a sigh out through your nose. The other key point of Ujjayi breath are the pauses. So here, take a breath in, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. In, 2, 3, 4, pause. Out, 2, 3, 4, pause. You got to keep the cycle of breath moving just like that. On your next inhale, come to downward facing dog. That's it, like a big upside down V-shaped position. Bring some softness to your knees, a little bend here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet up to your hands. Halfway lift. Bring your hands to your thighs or your shins so that you can press out and lengthen your spine. Take 2 more breaths here. Just focus on creating length. One more time. Ragdoll. Let your head drop down and arch your stomach so that you've got this big C-shaped position going on. Press your heels into your mat. Roll the whole way up to standing. Take extended mountain. And drop your hands down to heart center. So, to establish the breath pace for the rest of class, we'll start class with 3 ohms. It doesn't matter what you sound like, just make some noise with me. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, extended mountain, reach up, Fold on your breath out. Halfway lift, deep inhale. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Down dog, let it go. 2 breaths here. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Breathe in, reach up. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Move through high to low plank. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Drishti to the ceiling. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's it. Eyes to the back of your mat. Choose one spot to look at. We call this your drishti point. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain drishti goes up. Fold. Drishti down to the mat. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths and we'll move through our last sun A. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Last one. Reach. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Down dog, exhale. 2 breaths here. One more time. Inhale, come high on your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump, feet to hands. Nice job. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Breathe in. Stay for it. Oh, I know. I got some of you guys. 2 more breaths here. Sit low. Really deep down into your heels. One more time. Fold on your exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Breathe in. Down dog. Right side, warrior 1, and stay. So in warrior 1, back foot flat on the mat. And now take both hip points and face them towards the front of your mat. This is going to have a little bit of stretch in that back leg, and that's okay. Stay for 2 more breaths. Yeah, you got this, Gary. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog, left side, warrior 1. Nice job. Stay here. Press down through the ball mound of your big toe straight into the mat. Yeah, you got this. Get lower in the lunge. See what more you have left to give to this pose. Last breath. Hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog into down dog. Reset. 2 breaths. Start to feel the vinyasa. We're going to work with more flow now. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose. 1 breath in, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in, down dog. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale as your hands go up. Exhale, hands back down. Upward facing dog into down dog, left side, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Up dog into downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Breathe in. Let it go. Bonus breath. Inhale. Exhale, jump, feet to hands. Nice job, halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, sit nice and low. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Feel the vinyasa of up dog, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Flow into the pose, flow back out, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog, left side, warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands to the mat. Up dog, into downward facing dog. Yeah. So you guys are really getting the flow of the practice now, the vinyasa. I'm sure you're feeling some tapas, some heat too. Let's move through Sun B one more time. Here we go. Bend your knees, jump. Halfway lift on your inhale, fold. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Look up through your fingertips. Hands down to the mat. Up dog, down dog, left side, warrior one. Last one, get as low as you can in the lunge. Hands back down. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh that out. You guys are really moving. Bring your right leg up into the air. Press the center of your heel straight up to the ceiling. Now bend your top knee and open your hip. So you're looking for length all along your side body. That's it. Press down through this hand, then lift up and out through your top knee. Nice job. Stay for one more breath. Okay, over into flip dog. Both feet down to the mat. Press through your heels and lift through your hips. Yeah, you got this. You're looking for all the space that you can create. Nice job, Kelly. One more breath. Back over a high plank into side plank. Let's bring our drishti up to the ceiling. Set your gaze, your attention on one spot, and now press your top hand up towards it. That's it. Spread your fingers on your top hand. Really reach for this last breath. Palms down, chaturanga. Up dog on your inhale. Breathe out, down dog. Left leg straight up to the ceiling. Nice job. You knew we had to do both sides. Bring some softness to your bottom knee. A little bend here. Now bend your top knee. Open up your hip. Create as much space as you can in your side body. Just see how far you can stretch. Okay, bring both feet over. Let's do flip dog. Now, if you want to know, flip dog is the best way to throw off your neighbors by making funny faces or waving at them. It's my favorite thing to do when my siblings are in class. Stay for the last breath. Back over, high plank into side plank. Nice job. Now let's create some lift here. And by lift, I mean hug into your core. You need your front ribs coming together and then your low belly hugging up and in so that you can lift up. Yeah, that's it. See if you can lift that top leg 1 inch off the air. Yes, Erin, you've got this. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog when you breathe in. Down dog when you breathe out. Take a reset breath. Right side crescent lunge. Nicely done. Down into crescent lunge. And you know, usually when I come to this pose, I actually like to sit my back knee on the mat real quick. So come down here, sit it down. Now what we're going to focus on are the muscles in the back side of your thigh. So what happens here is that you're going to pick your back knee up just 2 or 3 inches. It's not very far at all. And this is going to keep you into these back muscles. When you come at it from up here, what you end up with is your quad muscles, the top of your thigh, pressing down and out. See if you can get into your hamstring back here. Yeah, you got this. I see you. Stay for 2 more breaths. See how deep you can take the pose. One more time. Yes, Danny. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Now you can choose hands stay at your chest or open up your arms. The point here is to twist as deeply as you can, rotating your top shoulder up and out towards the ceiling. Last breath, you can do it. Stay for that exhale. Breathe in, rise up, crescent lunge into warrior 2. Yeah, nice job. Back foot flat on the mat, low in the front lunge. Now, when my mom teaches here, in case you didn't know that, when my mom used to teach me in class, she would do this really evil thing, which is coming up to your front leg and going, oh, can you get down here to a 90-degree angle? Oh, I know, Mark, 2 inches lower. Yes, you've got this. Stay for a breath and then come down to extended side angle. Nice job. Now breathe here. You got to use that ujjayi breath to stay in the poses. However it works, the breath is here to support you. One more time. Hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in and sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. Sigh for your exhale. Left side, crescent lunge. Nice job. Drop the back knee. We're going to start right here. Now, fingertips up to the ceiling. Reach to the ceiling to lift up that back leg. Nice job. See how long you can get in your side body. From your hips all the way up to your fingertips. See if you can stretch out. How long, how tall can you get here? Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Nice job. Drishti active. Set your gaze to one spot, and when you start shaking in your legs or thinking, I can't do it, bring my eyes back to this place and breathe. 2 more breaths. You can do anything for 1 more breath. On your inhale, rise up, crescent, into warrior 2. Nice job. Now, I won't come pick on you with the block, but see if you can get down there to 90 degrees. I know, Mark gets his special spot and a little extra special picking on because he's Mark and we love him. Stay for a breath and come down to extended side angle. Now, reach this top hand up towards me. Yeah, like you're about to give me a high five here. Yeah, so you're getting this stretch all along the back side of your body. See if you can get a little lower in the lunge. Nice job. Hands to the mat. Let's move through upward facing dog into down dog. Take a breath here. In and out. One more time. In and out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. If you've got a block, let's bring it. Block between your thighs. So nice and high. And if you don't have a block, I'll come get you with one. Right above your knees. Sit low into your hips. Now you've got this. Nice job. Erin, I've got you. Don't worry. I wasn't going to let you miss out on this good stuff. Now hug into center line. Both hot thighs hug together. Sit your hips down low. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to the right. Now, you're aiming for your hips to be lower than your heart in this pose. So maybe you need to sit down 1 inch further and then lift 1 inch higher through your chest. Check it out. See where the pose can go. Last breath. Inhale, rise, chair. Exhale, fold. Drop the blocks. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Take your pointer fingers, wrap them around the big toes if you can reach, and let your head drop down. Find rejuvenation. Pay attention to your exhales. Let them become long. Let your head drop down. This might mean shaking your head yes and no if your head's forgotten how to drop. Find restoration. Second set. Bring your blocks with you. Blocks between your knees. Hug down. So when I say this, hug both thighs together. Pick all 10 toes up off of the mat. Picture your weight in your heels so that you can sit down into your hips. I always picture this pose like I have to keep my arms out in front of me. Otherwise, I'm going to roll backwards. Stay for a breath. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Stay for 3 breaths here. Sit your hips low, heart high. That's it. Pretty sure you've only got 1 breath. Stay for your inhale. Stay for the exhale. Breathe in, rise up, chair pose. Fold. Blocks out. Feet to the edges of your mat. Bring your palms underneath your toes and let your head drop down for gorilla. Choose something about this practice to make easy. Whether it be your breath, whether it be your gaze, whether it's just unsticking your tongue from the roof of your mouth or relaxing your face muscles, choose something that's going to be easy. Choose something that is easy. Crow. Now palms down to the mat, elbows bent as your little shelf. From here, you can see if you can start bringing some of your weight up onto your hands and maybe even lift your toes up off the ground. What's really going to impact this pose is your low belly hugging up and in. That's it for 3, 2, 1, chaturanga. Upward facing dog when you're ready. Downward facing dog. I guess when you're ready isn't really the right word for that. Take a breath in. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Eagle right side. Right arm wraps under. Right leg wraps over top. Set your drishti, your gaze to one spot that's not moving. Pick your elbows up 1 more inch. That's it. Nice adjustments. Switch sides. Left arm wraps under. Left leg wraps over top. Find that thing that's easy. Switch sides. Right arm under, right leg over for second set. Press down through the ball mound of your big toe. If you're having trouble figuring out what spot that is on your foot, it's the one that keeps wanting to lift up and roll out. Press that down into the mat. Switch sides. Left arm under, left leg over top. Breathe. Bring both feet down. Shake your legs out if you need to. And let's move to right side standing leg raise. So you can grab either your right knee or you can go for your toes. Nice job. Once you're in your pose, flex your bottom foot. And then drop your right hip down just 1 inch. It's hard to bring your pelvis to neutral in these poses. You want to hike up your right leg, but see if you can drop that hip just a little bit. Extend your leg out in front of you, not holding on to it. That's it. Press your leg forwards. Leave that right hip to drop down for 3, 2, 1. Airplane. Press back. Oh, I know you thought we were moving out of this. Yeah, that's okay. Press out through your heel. Move to half moon. Left hand comes down, right hand up. Nice job. And you can use a block on the floor. That's an awesome tool here. Raise your ankle 1 more inch. Feet down. Whew. Yeah, shake out both sides. Now, some of you guys might know this, but the whole sequence that we do can be modified. Let's go to left side standing leg raise. So when I say modified, yeah, that's it. You can grab your knees or your toes. Focus on dropping that left hip down. Modified can mean another version of this pose that's laying down. It can mean things that don't look like the original pose at all, but do a lot of the same thing. Press your heel out. We practice principles and not poses here. That's it. Press through your heel. Stay for a breath. Airplane. That's why this practice can be for any body. And that includes your body. Move to half moon. So if your pose doesn't look like your neighbor's pose, that's okay. You're doing your own version of it. And that's what's right for your body today. Stay for a breath. Feet back down. Shake out your legs. I know that's a long time on one hip. Let's go for right side dancer. Right hand back to your inner ankle. Soft part of your elbow faces out. That's it. Here, Carrie, flip your arm around. Other way. So on that same side, yeah, that's it. You got that. Nice job. Now flex your raised foot. Press your shin back and reach forwards through your palm to your drishti point, that spot where you put your gaze. Stay. Feet down. Let's go left side. Left hand back. Soft part of your elbow faces out. And then press back through your shin. Flex your raised point. Let some part of this pose be easy. Take a sigh when you need to. Soften your gaze. Bring your feet down. Let's move to tree pose. I was going to make us do 2 sets, but sometimes 1 set's good. Come to right side tree pose. So right foot either at your ankle, your shin, or the whole way up at your thigh. You get to choose here. Bring your hands to heart center, and then reach your hands up towards the ceiling. See how tall you can get here. Root down through your heel to rise up. 1 more breath. Switch sides. Left foot to your ankle, your shin, or your thigh. Move your drishti, your gaze up to the ceiling. Then move your hands up. Press through your heel, reach through your fingertips. Bring both feet down to the mat. Come to the head of your mat, extended mountain with a deep inhale. Fold and breathe out. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your breath in. Downward facing dog. Take right side triangle. This pose has 3 foundation points. Your 2 feet and then your bottom hand. Your bottom hand can come either to your ankle, your shin, a block, or the mat. Here, try this with your block right behind here. See if that makes a little bit of difference for the stability you've got in the pose. Nice job. Stay for 1 or 2 more breaths here. On your inhale, rise to standing. Take side facing, wide-legged forward fold, and we're gonna go for ninja lunges today because these are my absolute favorites. So bend your right knee, straighten out your left leg, and flex your extended leg's foot. And then move to the opposite side. If you're like, oh, Ruby, I've done these a million different times, I've got this, the next step might be keeping your hands up off the mat and switching from side to side without using your hands. Now that does take a little bit of extra balance work. So if you fall over, no judgments here. I usually do. Even out your sides, and then we'll come back to center. Nice. Everybody on your inhale, rise the whole way to stand. Let's do half split or full split today. So come onto your knees. I'm gonna walk through half split. If you're somebody who's ready for full split, you can move there. Let's start with your right leg. So right leg comes straight out in front of you with your foot flexed. Personally, I like my block to be in my right hand, so I can use that as a little extra support here. The real action of the pose is going to come from flexing this front foot and then pressing back through your right hip crease. Yeah, I know, it's a big stretch up the back of your leg. And now the deeper you can go into this, all matters on that press in the right hip. And for my full split people, that includes you too. Take another breath or two, flexing your front foot, activate that back hip, and then we'll bring our hands to the mat. Move through upward facing dog into down dog, or just straight down to down dog. No judgments here. Once you're in downward facing dog, left side triangle. Get the base of the pose established first. Use your block to help. Block underneath of your left hand this time, right at the back edge of your foot. Nice job. Here, bring this right there. Now see if you can deepen the crease in your front hip. This is going to happen from actively pulling your hips back towards the far side of your mat. Nice job. See if you can bring a little more straight to your front leg, like 90% straight. Stay for a breath. On your inhale, rise. Now we're going to do these funny little things that I call crab walking. I have no idea what its real name is. Bring your fingertips behind your ears, and then with your feet nice and wide, sit down, almost like you're in chair pose. Then you'll connect your right elbow to right knee and switch sides, left elbow to left knee. So as you move back and forth here, you're going to start going, oh, there are muscles working in this pose that I was not expecting to work. Usually I find those in my hips and then in my side body, sometimes into my abs. By the way, I really don't know what this is called, but I think it feels hilarious and it kind of looks hilarious too. Take one more breath and we'll rise back up to center. Let's go for half split on the opposite side. I know, those really creep up on you. You're all of a sudden like, hey, we're doing a lot of work now. Come onto your knees and let's extend your left leg. Oh, you guys have me cracking up. Flex your front foot. Sit down through your left hip. Really actively pressing it towards the backside of your mat. I tell people this all the time, but we made these moves up, right? Like yoga is all made up stuff, so you can't do it wrong. You just do it your way. And sometimes your way is funny. Stay for a breath. Really sit back through that hip. Last one. All right. Both hands to the mat. Move through to down dog. You can go through your vinyasa or just meet me in down dog. Whatever works. From here, roll out into your high plank. Now bring your feet out wider than the mat. So you want a nice wide base for this, and you get to choose either to stay in your high plank or to bring your knees to the mat. But we're going to activate our core with some shoulder taps. So right hand, left shoulder, left hand, left shoulder. Just back and forth, seeing if you can keep your hips level for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Let's take locust pose. Hands out wide. Press down. Lift up, locust pose. Here we go. For 5. Press through your heels. Press through the crown of your head. Keep your chin tucked so you're looking at the top of your mat. Get as much length in this pose as you can. Land. Come back down. Now you can shake your knees side to side or just go for some stillness. Press down. Lift up. Inhale, locust pose, round 2. Spread your fingertips this time. Get as long as you can. Stay for some deep breaths. Press your hip points down into the mat. Come down. Knees side to side or go for still. We're going to do half floor bow today. So what I want you to do is bring your right hand out in front of your chest, parallel to the top of the mat. And then your left hand's going to come back here to catch your ankle. Press your shins back to lift up through your chest. This is half floor bow. Now, if you're like, oh, we've got this. I got floor bow. Bring your front hand out and then lift up your back leg. So lifting the front hand, lifting the back leg. I don't know what to call this. Super floor bow. Let's do that. Stay for 2 more breaths. You've got it. Deep breaths. And then come back down. Left side. Left hand out in front. Right hand comes back. Press your shin back towards the far side of your mat. Half floor bow. And then you can creep out into super floor bow. Stay for 2 breaths. Reaching through your front fingertips, pressing through your back heel. Last breath. Come down onto the mat. Upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet back. Lift up through your shoulders. Both knees come down. Roll the whole way onto your back. We're going to move straight to bridge pose. Nice job. Heels down, hips up. Bridge pose, round 1. Nice job. Interlace your fingers underneath your back. Let's collect our shoulders first. Press your fingertips down towards your heels. Get your shoulders tucked as deeply under yourself as you can. And then come back down. So you've got the first piece of this pose set up. Press down, lift up, round 2. Get your shoulders collected, then pay attention to your feet. Both feet face 12 o'clock, straight out in front of you. Heels press into the mat, thighs hug together. Come back down. So you get to choose the next 3 poses. Wheel or bridge. Choose the option that's being up to something bigger than yourself. That's being up to your best self. Ready, set, go. Press, lift, inhale, bridge or wheel. Stay for a breath in. On your exhale, tuck your chin, come back down. Inhale on the mat. Exhale, press down, lift up. Round 2, bridge or wheel. That's it. Stay. On your exhale, tuck your chin and come back down. Knees side to side. Let's go. Last one. Press, lift, move, inhale, bridge or wheel. For 3, 2, 1. Come down. Take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. One hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Acknowledge yourself for showing up today in whatever form that is. Acknowledge your body for the way that it showed up today. Let's take happy baby. Rock right to left, left to right. Most important part of this pose is pulling your lowest back. You can almost think of it as your tailbone down towards the mat and then rocking. Bring your feet up to 90 degrees. So heels straight up towards the ceiling. Check out that you have the lowest point on your hips connected to the mat all the way up to your lowest ribs. So hips to ribs. That square is going to stay on the mat through all of these poses, okay? Now we're going to start with some little crunches. So reach your fingertips up towards your toes, feet flexed for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Breathe. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shins to 90 degrees, fingertips behind your ears. Keep that square, rib the hips on the mat. Yogi bicycles. Go nice and slow, feet flexed for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You guys got real quiet. Keep breathing. Don't die. I know it feels like that. Last one, knees into your chest. You can rock head to toe 3 times. And on that third time, we're going to meet up for boat pose. Start with your heels on the mat. Bring your hands to your knees. Now I want you to pull back on your knees so that you can pull your shoulders back. This is going to cause your front ribs to come into your center and then low belly to hug up and in, pulling back through your shoulders. Now let's lift the right leg up. See if you've got that. See if you can do the left leg. Nice job. And this might just be one leg at a time. Hold here. Or bring your hands out for 10, 9, feet flexed, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock head to toe. Downward facing dog when you're ready, and into right side half pigeon. Nice job. So your right leg is going to come out in front. I always start with it behind my left wrist and then come down to the mat. Yeah, you got this. Here, bring that little block right underneath of this hip. So by the way, when you're using a block underneath of your hip, it's to help keep both hips level. So you're looking to keep your weight right over top of center line. Here, look. And then lift up through this hip just a little bit. Nice, there. So see how that changes? And you might have the space to come down a little bit further. There. Keep breathing. Choose some part of this pose that you're going to let be easy. Your breath, your gaze, your face muscles. Maybe just the experience of being in the pose in and of itself. Doesn't necessarily mean that the pose is going to become easy, but you can make your experience of it easy. Let's move through to left side. So if you use a block, I actually like to get it set up before I even make it into the next side. So I switch it to the opposite side of my mat and then go for left side half pigeon. There you go. Looking to sit that lowest point of your sit bone right onto the block. Press your palms into the mat. Yeah, that's it. Just press your hands down. Because it's present to and aware of the heat that collects underneath your palms. Become present to the feeling of your forearms pressing down into the mat. Of your back foot pressing down. Start to build the muscle of presence. When your attention wanders away from the pose and you start thinking about other things, bring it back to a real felt sense. Bring your weight onto your left hip and swing your right leg around. From here, we're going to roll the whole way onto your spine. Bring that right leg with you. So hug your knee up into your chest. Let your left leg stay long. Put your attention into your hips and check that both sides of your hips press evenly into the mat. Now extend your right leg. You can catch the back side of your leg either down by your thighs, behind your knee, up at your ankle, and that really just depends on where it feels best for you. Find whatever stretch there is to be found here. Then tuck your knee back into your chest. Let your knee drop to the left side of your body, eyes over your right shoulder for supine twist. Now, what can be really nice is adding a block underneath of your right knee, so you've got a little bit more support there. But if you're comfortable enough where you are, choose to stay. Let's switch sides. Hug your knee up into your chest one more time. Then extend your right leg. Left leg comes up into your chest. We'll switch sides there. Overhead's off for you, so you don't have to stare into the LEDs. Extend your foot straight up to the ceiling. Hug your knee into your chest. Let it drop to the left side of your body, eyes over your right shoulder. You can also extend your left arm here. Sometimes it helps to anchor your upper body down to the mat like that. As you breathe, let your shoulders melt down onto the mat. Hug your knees up into center. Take Shavasana. Let your legs and arms go long with your eyes closed. If you're in the studio, there should be a cold eye towel for you at the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Bring your attention to your breath, to your inhales and your exhales. Let them flow continuously. So inhale straight into exhale with no pauses. When your mind starts to wander, bring your attention back to your breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Listen to the noise that it makes when you breathe in and the corresponding sound when you breathe out. Start to listen for the sounds of a little so on your inhale and hum on your exhale. Hear it so, hum, so, hum. Start to deepen your breath, taking longer inhales, followed by full exhales. Take a big breath in and let it go. Start to bring movement to your fingers and your toes. Interlace your fingers and take a stretch up overhead like a deep full body yawn on your breath in and out. Hug your knees up into your chest. Rock onto the right side of your body. Place your forehead on the mat. Make your way up to a seated position. Inhale, fingertips straight up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. We'll close class today and seal it off with 3 alms. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Together we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thank you all for joining. It was so great to see you today. Thanks for coming in, whether it was your first class or your 100th class, your 1,000th class. It was great to see you. Thanks for exploring. For Christine and Mary Ann, thanks for joining online as well. Chris, it was great to see you. Mary, you too. Have a great day.